Nikki Pekarski joining us from Dallas area here on the Mendola show. We're talking about the Dallas girls soccer program. Coach, a district championship this year has to feel really good, but it all started with the work ethic of these girls. Talk a little bit about how these girls bought in and everybody showed up and did what they were supposed to do in some of the workouts early in the summer.
Yeah, they come to work. They know I send home a summer program that they work on. It's a 6-week program that they have to fill out and hand in the first day of preseason. And I'll look that over to see who's been putting in the work and who hasn't. And then they have a 2-mile run test we have to do along with all the running. And me and my assistant will go out with them and run as well, just so they know, we're all together in this. And they work hard. They put those runs in even when it's hot. That first day of preseason, I remember it was pouring rain. They said, "Girls, get your shoes on. We got to get out and run." And they went out. They got the work in, and it continues all through the season.
Being in shape, as you say, putting that program together, that carries over the whole season. So when you're trying to get in shape and it's September or October, you're in a tough spot already. So talk about then you could concentrate on, the extra passes or the setting up of, the long runs down the wing. Talk a little bit about your coaching philosophy with some of that stuff.
I'm big on fitness. I'm like, fitness, let's get that done. Let's focus the first half of the season, let's really focus on our fitness, and sometimes even depending how much we have time in practice, the first half, and then we go, all right, let's work on our our not fundamentals, but skill sets and our tactics, our offensive tactics, defense. What do we want to work on? All right, let's work on playing those give and goes, balls down the wing, center, triangle passing. And then we can focus a lot of time on that. So then even when we get to September and October, there's stretches where we play 5 or 6 games that I know our girls' fitness level is really good, that then that practice where we can really focus on our tactics.
Probably have a couple best players in the conference in the area in certain positions on your team. You kind of build around that stuff, but it is a team effort. But talk about in particular being able to get the ball to certain people or people that make plays for you.
Well, it all starts in the back with Sarah Krokos, our goalie, and believe it or not, she's an outstanding defender as well. So I had that decision in the beginning of the season, do I put her in goal or defense? We decided to put her in goal, but there are a few games where we put her on defense, and we could rely on our backup keeper, Jensen Mead. She came in huge for big games in the Compline game. But Sarah, she's able to punt. There's not many goalies that could goal kick and punt the ball almost 50 yards up the field. So for her age, that is great. She's able to get that ball to Allie. Allie's Prince's speed. Gets down the field. She, during the off season, I could tell she worked extra hard. I know she went to a Penn State camp because I saw her she used to have a cut move, and now she's doing the scissors. She's doing a little extra move she wasn't doing her freshman and sophomore year. On the defense, we have our outsides, Claudia Carver and Caitlin Conrad. We taught them, play high, look, get up, let's add a number to an attack, and they did a very good job of either doing overlapping runs or being a support for our mids. And then we have Kanisha Cheshire and Morgan McNeely in the middle, who did a great job in the defense, great job of holding it back there and getting the ball up to our mids, who were Kristen O'Malley, who was one of my strongest mids I've had back there. Her and Emma Schweitzer and Megan McNeely, but Kristen worked so hard to get that ball to Emma or Megan's feet, to do give and goes and get that ball up to Allie. And our outsides, Olivia Delavan, Christina Shaprit, and Olivia Meniscus also did a great job of, feeding that ball to Allie's feet on the wings and making those back post runs when we needed it most.
Emma Schweitzer, just a strong girl. She's got some speed to her as well. Great vision. Kind of like a quarterback out there, could kind of start that play, and obviously sometimes it starts in the defense, but Emma really a big part of getting that offense moving.
Yeah, during the season, I'm sure you're familiar with Shaquan Barkley, but Emma will be dribbling down the middle of the field, and a girl will just go in and she just hurdles over that girl, but lands still with the ball right at her feet. And me and my assistant were just like, the way she dribbles, the run and the pace of the ball is just all the same every time. There's never a pass where it goes 10 yards in front of her. It's the same every time. And for the player's ability to have that, that's great. And her speed with the ball, to able to just go around defenders, is unmatched in this league.
feeling pretty good about a great season. You get in the state playoffs, you run into an outstanding team. When do you think that switch for the hunger will start for 2019 will be?
It's there. Yesterday I emailed my athletic director. I'm like, here's the 10 teams I want. I'm actually going to send a revised list with even more teams. I'm like, these are the teams I want us to get. Let's get them to play even preseason and even in the season. I know we'll have to travel to them, but we are hungry for that kind of soccer. We can get there, absolutely. It's going to take work, though, just like everything. Work in the off season and then very disciplined preseason and in-season next year.
Well, congratulations on a lot of success this year.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Emma Schweitzer joining us here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Emma, a lot of success this year with Dallas area. Talk about how things went in August when you first hit the field with this team. What was your feeling? Did you feel like really confident, or did your confidence grow as kind of the season went along?
We were nervous at the beginning of the season after losing 7 or 8 starters. We knew we had to pick it up and work as a team, and I think our confidence grew as we were playing.
Let's talk about for you the way you play the game. Talk about the type of player you feel like you are out there. I was telling your coach, you're kind of like a quarterback. You see the field well. You drive the ball. You kind of know how to distribute.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was playing defensive center mid towards the beginning of the season, and I think that helped me see the field more because I was able to tell other players what they need to work on and how they need to pass and stuff. And then towards recently in the season, I've been playing offensive center mid, and I think that's helped me become a better attacking mind player.
Talk about getting the ball to Allie and her ability to do a lot of great things with it, and she's fun to watch too.
Yeah, Allie Francis, she's a great player. It's so easy playing with her. We've been playing since we were 7, and I know exactly where she's going to be on the field, so it's so easy to play with her and just pass, and she's always there to finish.
Defensively, you were pretty strong. Talk about some of those defenders you like back there.
Yeah, Kenesha Cheshire, she's a great defender, and Morgan McNeely, she also plays center defender, and it's great having them behind me because if I were to mess up, they always have my back.
A couple freshmen stepped up on this team this year. Talk about learning a little bit about them and kind of trying to help them along because it's new to them. You got some experience behind you, but they're not sure. Hey, we're playing varsity soccer right now.
Yeah, we welcomed all the freshmen: Olivia Meniscus, Caitlin Conrad.
I forgot.
Yeah.
McNeely, right?
Yeah. Megan McNeely. They all played an amazing season. They were able to just hop right in and play their game.
Let's talk a little bit about you do some travel soccer, so you're busy with that, and you're busy at school in the National Honor Society. How about your brother Caleb? Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, he's 18. He's a senior this year, and he's been looking at colleges for a couple months now, and he's really excited. He's amazingly smart, and he wants to be an engineer like me.
Well, you're pretty sharp, too, with a 4.0. Forensics and chemistry, a couple of subjects you like?
Yeah, I love forensics. I love chemistry. They're great subjects, and they're really interesting to learn.
How about the next step for you, college soccer? You have an idea right now on where you may want to play, or you're kind of just, hey, you're going to push yourself as far as good to see what happens?
I've been looking at a few schools, Arcadia, Marist, they're amazing, and I'm really looking forward to take the next step.
Let's talk about wouldn't all be possible without the folks, so tell us about your parents and what they do for you.
Yeah, my parents are great. They're at every game. They're always supporting me. They help me a lot. They're great.
All right, Emma, congratulations on a lot of success. Good luck next year.
Thank you so much.
Sarah Crocus joins us here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking Dallas girls soccer. Sarah, let's talk about your role on the team this year and what Coach asked you to do, and there were times she asked you to do something else, right?
Yeah, I'm the goalie on the team, and I also play defense sometimes. That was my role last year on the team, but this year, since Rachel left, they needed somebody to step up, so I kind of just took the position because that's what I've been playing since I was young. So.
A lot of depth in goal. Talk about the other keepers.
There's also Jensen Mead and Morgan Solano. Jensen is really good too. She's also really tall, which helps because I don't have that. Morgan's a freshman, and she's really stepped up this year also.
How about back on the defensive area, when you do come in and play defense a couple times this year? I'll talk about some of those players around you, or in general, having those players in front of you when you're in goal.
Kenesha Cheshire is a really big help on defense. She's like my main defender. I rely on her a lot. She probably stops half of the balls from getting back to me, and Morgan McNeely also helps a lot.
Talk about when you're a defender, you need some speed, but you need some toughness as well. So what did you feel that the defenders at Dallas had this year?
Speed. Kenesha has a lot of speed. Like, she's able to catch up with the girls if they're on a breakaway. Really good at slide tackling too.
Let's talk about track and field, another sport you're involved with. What events do you compete in, and how much success have you had there?
I throw the discus, the javelin, and the shot put. Last year for discus, I took 8th at districts. Only 5 inches off of a placing, but really hope for that school record this year.
Well, we're rooting for you.
Thank you.
You do some travel soccer as well, which keeps you busy, I'm sure. Talk about being a well-rounded student council, National Honor Society. What's it like hitting the books?
It's hard to balance it with soccer also, because like I'm always at soccer, especially travel. Like next week we're going to Virginia. I have to miss school for that. So, but I think I do a pretty good job at managing my time.
Let's talk about some subjects you enjoy, the U.S. legal system. So talk about the subject and the teacher that you have.
My teacher is Mr. Plaviak. He's really good. He knows exactly what he's talking about. And I kind of want to go into law, so I think it's a really good subject to get me ready.
I think that's a pretty good feel. Very competitive. A 4.0 grade point average. Obviously, you want to get to college. Have you given that much thought as far as far away, close to home? Do you want to be involved in athletics at all?
I want to do track. Maybe soccer, I don't know yet, and I think like 2 hours, maybe like New York City. I like the city.
That sounds cool. Let's talk about the role models in your life you look up to.
My biggest role model is my mom, just because she's so like brave and independent and strong. And Julie Ertz is my soccer model.
Well, it sounds like you got your act together and you had a successful season. Yeah. And you're back for yet another year next year, Sarah. Good luck.
Thank you.
Kristen O'Malley joins us here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking about the Dallas girls soccer team. Kristen, when you first started this season and got all the girls together, there was a lot of running involved. Talk about the beginning of the season where maybe it's not as fun and you're going out for a couple-mile run and do I really want to be doing this?
Yeah, our coach Nikki really focused on fitness this year. We did a lot of running, also a lot of sprints. We did a lot of long distance, but I really feel that is important because on the field we need to be able to give it 120% and never give up. And we can't just take that lightly. We have to take that seriously and be ready to play.
Well, let's talk about your position on the field, where you played this year.
I play defensive mid this year, and my job is to win balls out of the air, distribute the ball, stop the opposing team from coming down and scoring. And my teammates around me really helped me out this year to really complete my job and do my role and play well.
Let's talk about your sister Jessica, who's 21. What's she up to?
She's actually at college at ASU right now, so that's pretty far away. And she's really an inspiration to me to like show me that I can do anything I really want to do, no matter how far or how high my expectations are. She really shows me that if you work hard, you can do whatever you want to do.
Some daily communication there, texts or FaceTime or phone calls?
Yeah, she's really busy with school and her personal life. So we text a lot, but it's still hard to like FaceTime and stuff and do that other stuff.
That's a time difference too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about science and math, two subjects you love. You're a 4.0, first in your class. What an incredible accomplishment that is. Talk about, do you feel the pressure of saying, okay, I'm number one, I got to keep this?
Yes, it really stresses me out because I know who the second person is in my class and we talk about it all the time. So it's really hard balancing soccer and academics and really managing my time and having to do all that work. But it's really, it really makes me strive to do better knowing that I'm at the top and I need to stay at the top.
Let's talk about medical school down the road. Something you're thinking about, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but that's something I'm very interested in. I want to go to school in the South, and there's a lot of good medical schools down there, so I'm really looking into that.
Cool. Let's talk about your folks. Obviously, a huge part of your life and the success that you're having.
Yes, they support me in everything I do, academically, personally, athletically, and I couldn't be here without them.
What do you love about this group of girls? Talk about what is it? Is it nights like this where it's not soccer, it's kind of just fun?
Well, it's all about like in the game, we're all having fun. We might yell at each other and stuff, but nobody means it, and we always have a good time on and off the field.
Well, congratulations. Very successful season, and I'm sure it's a bright future for you. Keep up the great work in the classroom.
Thank you.
Allie Francis joins us from Dallas area here on the John Mendola Show. Allie, you really have that knack for scoring, but you put in so much hard work into soccer. Talk about your dedication as a student athlete with soccer.
Yeah, well, I've been playing soccer since I was really little, and being on a travel team, I've always seen that high-level competition, and it's always pushed me to like work harder and get up to that high level of competition. And it's really helped me develop as a soccer player. And
a knack for scoring.
Yep.
Some people have visions and are good at assists, but you just seem to put the ball in the net. But having that extra move. Talk about the extra moves that kind of taken you to a different level in the league and able to just kind of get defenders to stop in their tracks, and then they're kind of chasing you at that point.
Yeah, well, seeing those really high-level defenders, it really helped me to. And when I get to high school soccer, it really helps me to use those moves and use the moves that I've been working on since I was little in club soccer. It really helps me to get around those defenders and put the ball in the net.
Let's talk about the health and trying to stay as healthy as you could. You're busy. You're doing track and field. You do some stuff in the winter as a manager of swimming. So you're very busy, but you need to be able to make sure that you're not kind of worn down or worn out.
Yeah. So throughout soccer season, there's a lot going on with school practices, but that. Sorry.
You're okay. Just pick up from wherever you're at.
So, what was the question? Sorry.
Basically, like your ability to kind of stay healthy and make sure that you know when to rest. Give your body time to rest, or your mind time to rest.
Yeah. So I'm really busy throughout the high school soccer season, but I always know that when I get home after soccer that I need to do my homework, and getting into that routine really helps to like give my body time to rest. And after soccer season, I'm going right into winter track, but I have to stay in shape, but I also give myself that time to kind of get into the groove and, give myself time to let my body rest.
You hit that classroom pretty darn hard. You're 10th in your class.
Yep.
So talk a little bit about being so dedicated as a student.
Yeah, so I have to put it, I'm always busy, so putting in that time for schoolwork is always hard, but I'm really dedicated to my schoolwork, and getting that work done is really important to me. And with my parents both being teachers, they really push me hard to do the best that I can in academics.
Let's talk about your brother Andrew, who's 18. What's he up to right now?
Yeah, well, he's at University of Pittsburgh, and I've always looked up to my brother because he's the captain of the swim team, he was the captain of the soccer team, and he was also top 10 of his class. So looking up to him really helped me to push hard and maintain all of academics and sports and being a leader.
Let's talk about hanging out with the girls. Seems like they could have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we do have a lot of fun.
Talk about when the serious part comes up. It's, hey, we're at a game or we're at practice. We need to change over and push that button.
Yeah, we do have a lot of fun. We have such a great connection throughout our team. We have great chemistry, but there's always that time when we know that we have to start being serious, and especially getting into playoffs, so we know that we have to start working hard to get to that next level of soccer.
Players like Emma that could see the field so well, set you up real well.
Yep.
There's a couple other players that kind of fit in there as well. Talk about that offensive scoring punch this year.
Yeah, so Emma and I have been playing together since we were really little. That really helps with the chemistry. We know where we're going to be. We know Emma knows where I'm going to be. When she makes those runs up, I know where she's going to be. And the freshmen that have stepped up, Megan McNeely, she did amazing in the midfield. She's always working hard, hustling. Liv Meniscus on the outside, she really stepped it up this year as a freshman. And losing 7 of our starters last year, we needed those freshmen and sophomores to step up. and we developed that team chemistry through the season. So that really helped us to work together.
I think I know the answer to the question I already asked Coach. I said, Coach, has the hunger started already for 2019? A player like yourself, tops in the league, I'm sure you're hungry and looking forward to next year already.
Yeah, we're excited. Getting all of our starters back next year, we're really excited to look to getting into that 2019 season. We know that we have a lot riding on us, and we know that we could potentially get to the same level that we did this year and last year.
Being so good, when you get outside the area, you do travel soccer, you realize that soccer isn't as big in northeastern Pennsylvania as it is in other parts of the country, but nonetheless, you're one of the elite players here. Talk about what your vision is in the future of where you want to go play college soccer. Does it matter? Big school, little school, the right fit?
Yeah, well, I'm mostly looking for academics, so I mean, I want to go to a school that I know I'm going to love and I know I'm going to enjoy, and if soccer comes with that, that's great. And I'm really excited to get into that recruiting process and seeing what schools fit for me and where I could potentially play collegiate soccer.
Your parents and your brother, I know you mentioned them before, but what are those little things they do to help support you with all the big things that you want to do?
Yeah, they're always there for me. They're always at all of my games supporting me. They're always pushing me to be the best I can academically and athletically. They're always there for me. They're always cheering me on, and they're always making me do my best.
Track and field, are you thinking, hey, this could be a good year for me when the spring comes up?
Yeah, I'm excited. Soccer's obviously my main sport, but last year I did start track and field, and I loved it. I love being able to get in shape, do those track workouts, and I love sprinting, and being with that new team is a great thing. It's always great to play more than one sport, and I'm excited for track. I'm excited to start a new season and get into the track group.
Well, you're so well-rounded, doing great academically, athletically, and doing some other stuff. So, Allie, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Kanisha Cheshire joining us here on the John Mendola Show from Dallas area. And Kanisha, your name came up from a few of your teammates and your coach about being such a force back there. Talk a little bit about being on the defensive end and the job that you did and the players around you.
It's an amazing feeling being back on the defense, cleaning everything up that comes towards us. And I can't do it without any of our other defenders. If one of us gets beaten, they're always there to defend you and have your back. And no matter what, anyone is always there.
You got Sarah in goal, but there are times that she came up on defense and helped out. So talk about having somebody back there that's pretty good, and your other keepers are pretty darn good if they have to step in as well.
Yeah, it was an amazing job by Jensen Mead to step up when Sarah had to come out of the goal. She did a phenomenal job to step up like that, and I was just so proud of her.
Fun group. Talk about some fun when it's not serious. So what are fun things that you're doing with this group of girls?
It's definitely a fun time outside of our games and our serious games. When we hang out, we're always having a fun time no matter what. And it's just never a dull moment with this team.
You play lacrosse. You're a swim manager. So how serious are you about lacrosse?
I just joined it starting last year. My friend just told me to do it, so I decided to go out, and it was a really fun season, and I liked it a lot.
Peer helpers, student council, a couple other things that you're involved with. Talk about trying to be as well-rounded as you could.
I joined Peer Helpers last year to get more involved with the community because I want to do more with the community and help our peers in our school get better and achieve more things throughout the whole year of their school.
4.0 grade point average. You really like math. Talk about the studies. Does it come easy to you, or you got to put in a little work?
Math never came easy to me, but my mom's a math teacher, so whenever I needed help, I could just go to her and lean on her to help me throughout everything.
Let's talk about the next step for you at college. You have an idea right now against your junior year, so plenty of time, but...
Ever since I was little, I knew I always wanted to go to college, but I always changed what I want to do. I think I finally decided that I want to be a physical therapist, go into that field. My sister is an emergency room doctor, so she's in college now doing that, going through all that college.
That's pretty fun. And you look up to your sister. What is it about her that kind of says, hey, this is a person I want to be like?
Freshman year of her swim, she always stood out to everyone, winning districts and going to states her freshman year. And ever since then, I've always looked up to her as a role model. I've always wanted to be like her and strive to be like her.
All right, Kadisha, well, we wish you the best. Thanks for telling us your story.
Thank you so much.